Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies, and this is Edwin from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Edwin, the son of Edward, Saxon king of England, who died in 924 and was succeeded by his eldest son, Athelstan. The Masonic tradition is that Athelstan appointed his brother Edwin the patron of Masonry in England and gave him what the old records call a free charter to hold an annual communication or general assembly, under the authority of which he summons the Masons of England to meet him at a congregation in York, where they met in 926 and formed the Grand Lodge of England. The old records say that these Masons brought with them many old writings and records of the craft, some in Greek, some in Latin, some in French, and other languages, and from these framed the document now known as the York Constitutions, whose authority has been in recent years so much a subject of controversy among Masonic writers. Prince Edwin died 2 years before his brother, and a report was spread of his being put wrongfully to death by him. But this, says Preston, is so improbable in itself, so inconsistent with the character of Athelstan, and, indeed, so splendidly attested as to be undeserving a place in history. William of Malmesbury, the old chronicler, relates the story, but confesses that it had no better foundation than some old ballads. But now come the later Masonic antiquaries, who assert that Edwin himself is only a myth, and that, in spite of the authority of a few historical writers, Athelstan had no son or brother of the name of Edwin. Woodford, Old Charges of Brit, Freemasons, page 14, thinks that the Masonic tradition points to Edwin, king of Northumbria, whose rendezvous was once at Aldby, near York, and who in 627 aided in the building of a stone church at York, after his baptism there, with Roman workmen. Tradition, he says, sometimes gets confused after the lapse of time, but I believe the tradition is in itself true, which links Masonry to the church building at York by the operative brotherhood under Edwin in 627 and to a guild charter under Athelstan in 927. The legend of Prince Edwin, of course, requires some modification, but we should not be too hasty in rejecting altogether a tradition which has been so long and so universally accepted by the fraternity, and to which Anderson, Preston, Causer, Oliver, and a host of other writers have subscribed their assent. The subject will be fully discussed under the head of York Legend, which see. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.